this part had to be recorded a bit earlier than usual because of things that were going on, and, well, since then, channel's had a little bit of a bump, so, yeah, to everyone who's pressed the buttons, thank you very much, I do appreciate it. Now let's get on with Dark Forces. Well, hello everyone, I'm Xeff, and we're going to play more Dark Forces, because I mean, that's what we're playing, so it seems logical to just continue, doesn't it? It really does. So we're on the K5 today. We know this machine. This was, like, actually in the Duke Nukem vs. Doom video I just uploaded on the main channel, wasn't it? In the last part I said I was going to do that, and now I've done it, so that almost implies things are running as intended. That never happens. Someone's going to, probably when I do this, let's probably break it, let's find out. No, it works. So yeah, we know this machine, 116 megahertz, it's a PR166. 64 megs of is it 60? Did I do that yet? Well, it has at least 32 megs. And Teratech Maisha 3296. So not a common sound card. It's a very nice sound card. I'd like another one, but I don't intend on paying the sort of money people want for them. So if I find another one that's busted like this one was. But I just don't think it's going to happen. And I've got a friend who really, really wants one. So we've sort of accepted that if one ever comes up, that is going to be an all-out war and probably the end of the friendship. Like, that's where it will end. Like, that will do it in. And this is cool. This lets me show, like, because I've copied the installation from the U5. So that had the CD drivers, like, E. This has its D. So, yeah, that's what I mean. You can use any drive letter for the CD-ROM with this game. A lot of games you can't, and it's quite annoying, because if you have anything that's slightly off of, like, a normal configuration, you have to fuck with the machine and remap drives, unplug drives. Yeah, no, it can fuck off. This game's good. It doesn't have that limit. Anything from A to Z, it can do it. What actually happens if you have more than 26 drives in the machine? I've always kind of wanted to try that. Because, I mean, I guess in DOS you just wouldn't be able to see them. Windows, I think, actually has a means to handle it, but nobody seems sure of what it does. Subs wouldn't really work. No, it might, because what I could do is I could just subs drives until I filled the whole list, and then start plugging USB drives in and see what the operating system does. I'll do that someday. I want to try it now. But yeah, we're on the 6th mission, Detention Centre. This is quite a lengthy one, and one of my favourites. Yeah, we're getting chased down by feta cheese. I bet Katarn's, like, really shaking in his boots and everything. But yeah, this is one of my favourite missions. Obby Blur says, I should be doing, like, tier list videos. I don't know about that. I really like those, so I wouldn't want to sink myself to that level, because that'd make me a hypocrite. But I have thought a few times when I get to the end of playing through a game, doing sort of like a brief wrap-up of it that's no more than 5 minutes, that would do that sort of thing in just a slightly different format, because I think those are just lazy. It's the guy sat in the bottom corner, like, with a strained expression, because it wasn't his video, he just found it somewhere, sort of, like, stuff. I don't want to go to that level, so. But yeah, no, it's not an inherently bad idea, I'd just have a slightly different format for it. So yeah, Mission 6, Imperial Detention Centre, Orinacra, Orinacad, Crix Madine's fate. Bad news, Kyle, our spy has been captured. I've done some spying, as it happens. Yeah, last time you got changed and that. I'm not saying I did see anything, but it's quite a nice bust she's got, He's been held at the Imperial Detention Centre on Orinacad. Umidaka, an awaiting execution, has been valuable in supplying us with information on the Dark Trooper. And I think we owe it to him to make a rescue effort. I mean, I quite like the thought of stormtroopers just driving around in, like, Isuzus. Like, Isuzu Trooper. I liked the Daihatsu 4-track better. It's one of my favourite things I've ever sat behind the wheel of is a 4-track. Imperial Detention Facility is well secured. Hard to get in. Even harder to stay alive. There is a switch-controlled shuttle carrier to the facility that will bring you to the main doors. The main doors, eh? Inside the complex, 2 main elevators access the lower prison blocks. Yeah, I think some lower regions I don't mind accessing, if you know what I mean. One goes to the lower security levels and down the command centre. I want to go down to the command centre, if you know what I'm saying. The all leads back up to the high security blocks. Yeah, those high security blocks. Exactly. Poking through your top there, so it might be a little... Well, anyways... Crix Madine has been held in the N block. Each cell is locked with its own code card carried by an Imperial officer, and if you can remember them, you can totally skip most of the level. So first you'll need to find the right card to... My reading's bad today. To Madine's cell, since the high security blocks are controlled from inside the block. Once the guards are alerted, it will be impossible to penetrate, eh? We'll see about that. I suggest you find an optional entrance. Oh, all right, we're still getting a little bit filthy here, aren't we? We'll really be outnumbered here. So, well, you know... Yeah, well, I've been to some of them swingers parties and that. What, you want to come with one too, man? So, it can be a fun night, you know? Rely on stealth rather than firepower. I don't know how that got there. I don't know, the lights were out. Could have been anyone. Find Crix Madine. And we shall. Yeah, if you remember the code keys, you can just skip, like, a lot of the level. And I can probably remember them. I think it's Pyramid XR, actually. So all we'd really have to do is go down the elevators, ride the elevators back up, and then, well, we wouldn't even have to go down the second elevator. But, no, I might have to, because where's that key? Yeah, I got a vague idea where that... Yes, I think you'd have to use the second elevator a little bit. Oh, it's smooth on the K5. So yeah, you'd have to ride the second elevator a little bit, I think, but not very much. Not a lot. Yeah, the Maisha, if you're not familiar with it, the sound setting, it's sort of like the sound canvas. It's quite similar, but I think it's twice the size. Like, it's probably higher fidelity, and doesn't sound anywhere near as distorted and Toys R Us-y. I don't really like the sound canvas very much. It's not a nice thing to compose on. I've tried writing music on it. It's... Rolling gear tends to be really underpowered in the CPU department. It just lags out. I just thought that was wonderful enemy placement. I'm running low on ammo on that. I probably want to... Ah, fuck it. We'll bomb him. Not what I wanted, but... Do it. Yeah, the enemy placement really does show, like, nice sort of attention to detail in the design. You know, the way it pops up in front of you. You know, that's something that they definitely sort of tested a couple of times. They wanted it just right. Sort of French sounding, isn't it? Let's turn that up a little bit. But yeah, so, well, you know the key combinations. Why don't you just go and beat the level immediately? I don't know. Why don't you pick up a board game and just put the piece on the final square? I'm sure some people would find it fun to just go skipping along with it, but... Oh yes, this is a strong game engine. We've got floating sectors. I wonder if it uses multiple rendering passes to achieve this. Or is it actually like a floating sector in one render? Your movement's weird on it. Doesn't feel out of place though, because I mean if you were stood on like a moving platform with no railings, you probably would have rather stiff movement to try not falling off the damn thing. Katarn's tough, but he's not a fool. You know, he definitely has a sense of self-preservation. Oh, shit. Ah, no! It's not going right. Tell you what, oh, I already punched this jerk out. But I'm going to punch your punchy switch, even though it does me no good. Right then, I'm going to need to get up there. There's two ways, and this is one of those left-right things with the old brain. Just so the brain has got no idea which one it is, because I think it was left, but who really knows? It's quite symmetrical, so... You notice, blow-upable walls. It feels much more like a game of Duke's era than Doom's. And you might have, sort of... People seem to neglect, you know, it's this thing about, well, Doom was optimised for blah, blah, blah. It's sort of a bit unlike me, really. I tested 1.9. Admittedly, I just forgot. Like, it doesn't occur to me as readily with Doom. And this from 1995. Need this to unlock the entrance elevator. It's actually only slightly younger, as in within weeks of this game coming out. So it's like, well, to start with, it was short-sighted if it was optimised that way because, you know, the Pentium was out when the game launched, so it's pretty obvious it's going to come down in price and people probably won't be on 386s for much longer. They're already starting to lose out to 486 SXs and lower clock DXs. The DX2's been out a while. We've got Visa Local Bus now as well, and PCI is from 93, so that would have been out when Doom launched. By 95, you know, they've been issuing these updates, which, you know, most people would have still been on 1.1, 1.2, maybe 1.6. If their Doom 2 disc came with like an update for Doom 1, could happen. Especially if they pirated it. You know, never underestimate the influence of piracy. It's all over the place. Always has been, always will be. If I was a software vendor, I wouldn't waste the time, you know, on R&D trying to stop it, because it doesn't work. All you do is piss off the end user. It's always the legit users who suffer. Oh dear, we're going to take some damage here, but whatever. Oh, we got the mines as well. Yeah, we're going to meet a new thing. So yeah, no, just bad optimisation. By 95, you would think they might have thought, that didn't work so well. Let's change that bit about it. One IM mine. Oh, it's going to AOL Instant Messenger us. Messenger. What a nasty piece of kit. That was horrible. Well, we're hardly going to use them weapons. They're probably absolutely lethal in multiplayer, but not so useful here. And there's one more secret, but it's very difficult to get in. Ow. Yeah, I might just LA Purger myself in here, because... Well, you can see it's there, and it's certainly enterable, but maybe there's some step to this I forgot. There might be, like, some hole in the wall up there, thinking about it. Not quite sure now. Texture is a bit rough up there, isn't it? But yeah, I'm just, rather than fuck with that, I'm going to, like, do it this way. Just to show you what's up there, really, more than anything. Because you have to be crouching to enter it. But yeah, that should be off. If maybe you do go... I'll have a look when we're in there. We come back in there. But I always like this. You know, just the overflowing ashtrays. I always thought it was pretty... un-Star Wars, generally. Like, you don't really see that side of Star Wars world. I think this game might have been the first time you really did. Not sure if you caught that when we were on the way down the elevator, though. Oh, shit. Well, you've just met the stupid mines that I was on about. Yeah, those fuckers. But you see, if we didn't know about those blow-upable walls, and look at that, gives us our shields back. Because if we didn't know about them, we might have run in here, took loads of damage, you know, and that wouldn't be far, because we didn't know. I mean, we should have read the manual, and I'm sure the manual describes them, but you might have forgot. And so the game's not a dick to you. It's like, oh, okay, you know, I'm going to blow you up. But now you've learned you can blow these walls up, so if you didn't do that, you know, did you see any of those? Well, why don't you go back and blow them up? And also, you know, here's a load of shields before you do that, so you don't, like, die unfairly. Good design. You notice how well the non-linearity has been done in this game as well so far, where it is the figure 8 stuff. You know, that path in, like, the previous couple of maps. You know, you might see it's something that I try to do it that way in my stuff, in Duke. I know what's in that room, and I don't really want to... Get out my way, robot. Because I think the... Yes, there you go. It's dark, so you can stealth it. And it's told us that in the briefing. Yeah, I was on about me dentist last time, wasn't I? As a Nordic warrior saying about he had a real bad experience with a female dentist. I do think there's a little bit of a roll of a dice, because like the last time I've had has actually been with male dentists. I know why that is, I remember now. There you go, doubly makes it up to us. I should have probably saved it for later. I could just turn my headlight on. I'll just fumble in the dark. It's more fun that way, you don't quite know what you're groping. Yeah, no, I think the last time I had was probably the practice I just left. Could this be foreshadowing for something? Interesting, and if we think back to that elevator, what we saw on the way down, and that little diagram, the things coming together. Also, I don't know if you caught it, but the lasers bounce on some walls. Yeah, no, but that was most through inaction, the place I just left. It's just, hey man, I got this problem with my fucking teeth, you know, it hurts like fuck. Will you look at it? And they just wouldn't look. And it's like, I just paid you loads of money for this appointment for you to not even do the thing that the appointment is for. Like, how is this right? And you're trying to charge me additional because it's, well, that's outside of the plan. It's like, you're the one who fucking busted it. The first dentist I ever went to was kind of weird in that he was negligent. He'd do the work, but he would cut corners. And I sort of have come to appreciate that. I think this switches time, so we'll come back in a moment. Come to appreciate that he was probably very good at what he did. Like, he'd ran it out of his back bedroom and he took it over from his dad. Yeah, force fields. It was a bit different to Duke's. Go on, keep shooting. Dumbass. Pretty fun. But yeah, considering the state of his tools and everything, the guy actually did a pretty good job. It's like staggering how good a job he did. I mean, one of the things I need doing is a filling he did, and it's not that he did a bad job of it. It's really just that it's old. Like, it's from nearly 20 years ago. So you kinda expect it to not be in such great shape anymore. Didn't we get a code card already? I think all 5 of them are in this map somewhere. And I don't believe this path is necessary. What are they in prison for? We just shot ourselves to bits. Oh man, imagine trying to get any sleep in these cells. All the machinery. Oh. Oh yeah, put me in the end one. Well, you barring your fist. Come on then. Come on. You'll never go if you think you're hard enough. Ow. Oh. He's got a longer reach than I have. He's got a much longer reach than I have. Yeah, I can knock your back, sucker. I should stop doing that. I'm going to get myself knocked out. It looks like he's just, like, one step short of doing that thing where he puts his thumb in his mouth. I never understood what that's about. You know, I've seen people who do boxing do that, where they'll have the one fist raised, and then they kind of put the thumb in their mouth, like, on the other end. It's like, that really, to me, seems like a recipe for disaster. Because if somebody whacks you really hard, isn't that going to knock your front teeth in? Like, you know, what if I miss when I swing for you and I end up clapping you right in that hand there? Figured I should show you what happened if you walked in the force field. They do behave a lot like dukes. Bit of an odd thing. It's not a sport I fully understand, so... Interjection over a brief coughing fit that I had. I wonder if they're adjusting a gum shield. That would make sense. I don't know. Oh, I was gonna say, I'm sure there was one more of those. I think Craig Charles does it in, like, Red Dwarf somewhere. Like, I was sure there's an episode that... Hollow shit, it would have been Series 5, Episode 1. I told you that was more my domain than Star Wars. You see, this is putting these misters here as established. This is timed. So this is a force field that has no switch. And that's what you're waiting for it to stop flashing. Quite simple. And it shows you it. Again, very thoughtful design, this game. A lot of games don't do this. They're just simple little things. So I can walk through that without taking any damage.
Stop where you are.
Game doesn't need to reimburse me now.
You're not authorized in this area.
Because it just taught me how to play it. I really should stop standing as close. This makes me wonder whether the texturing used to be different for this place.
Surrender immediately.
No. Surrender immediately. I don't know what authority they think they have. Look, I don't work for the Empire anymore, so I've got no contractual obligations to do anything you say. I forgot the wall stuck out a bit more. It's no problem, I'll just saunter on through. Yeah, so this area we've come in here, I don't think I even have to come down here. I don't believe it's necessary. Let's use this for a little bit, might as well. If you can get through this without taking damage, I don't know, I think you just gotta run for it. Yeah, so there's your red key. So now... Actually, no, we wouldn't even need the red key, so... Yeah, you can skip a lot of this level. But again, it's like if you play a board game... You know, wouldn't you just put your last piece, like, your piece right on the end square, if you wanted to play something that way? Outlaws? I might have a go at Outlaws next year, before I forget. Yeah, I might just have a go at that. Yeah, there's another opening, and that's an anti-soft lock. as far as I know. Like, we can't get in there, but you can sort of see it through that, and it does serve a purpose. Because I'm sure somebody would wonder with my thing about if I get soft-locked, I'm turning the game off. Well, you know, because you'd be like, well, there may be one in here. No, not that I know of. It might exist, but I think you'd have to try and do... Well, I think it does, because I think I managed to soft-lock myself in there once. But I was actively trying to do it, and I think past a point, you know, there's like a level of reasonable. You know, again, I'll refer back to the board game. It's like, at what point does it cease to be the game's fault? If I'm sort of like ripping the board in half and peeing on the fragments, you know, it's like, I can't really blame the boards, can I? You know, God, this game's unfair. Well, yeah, really. You know, yeah. Oh, I can see him up. I think I might get a weapon for coming down here, actually. Yeah, I'm not sure you want to go down there. Lots and lots of mines. The ones we place work the same, except they're just on a timer, I think. Yeah. So there you go. Use a space bar. I don't have the code key for this. I think I can remember them, but... Well, let me go and have a look. I believe they're too hard to get to. Oh, actually, these guys have them. Ah. So they at least tried to prevent you from soft-locking yourself, so even if it could be done, it would be quite a difficult thing to do. Yeah. Reuses 3AD and X triangle A. Do X triangle A first. Ah, shit. Which one's which? Not this one. So it's very sort of the time, the way they've done the layout here, though, isn't it? Oh, shit. Oh, that worked out pretty nice. I'm sure. I don't know, I just felt like there was probably mines in there, man. I don't trust this as far as I can throw it. Yeah, Outlaws. I might have to give that a go, because I've never played it. X triangle A. We've done that, so now it's 3AD. My fingers are a bit rattly today. There you go. That's definitely the logical order to do it in, because it's faster to go between the two. Oh, now it's down that... Should we... There you go. This game controls pretty well when you get used to it. Duke controls better. For sure. This game does a pretty good job of it. Come here then, come on. Ow. Yeah, I can see that there. It's one of the reasons I wanted to lob detonators in. You don't get a lot of time to react. It's your own stupid fault if you get blown up. I mean, you could see it there. Right, so... Let's have a look. Ah, okay. So there's definitely another law to this place. So does this one want to be down the bottom, do you think? I sort of feel it may. We've been on this floor yet, and we can't go in that way over there. But yeah, no, I was I was quite happy with the outcome of testing build against IdTech. And people probably are right with that. I don't know much about the IdTech engine, and as I say, it's sort of... I wouldn't say it's irrelevant, but, you know, we're just testing to see which one goes faster. And so there's that whole thing of, like, you know, the video mode, and... There is a whole area I've not been in, I swear. There's something I've missed here. Isn't there? No, I don't think there is. Yeah. So I want to send this... here, I think. No, maybe one more. Nah, there. That's where you want to send it. Yeah, it gives away its sector engineness, the fact that there's not just a void under the elevator there. So it's very build-like, the way this feels. I get the impression the underlying workings of the engine are actually probably quite different in some ways. The way it can differentiate floors is almost certainly a different thing. And you can change floor on the in-game map as well. Same keys as it is in the inventory, it's the square brackets. Yeah, but then that's not necessarily an engine feature so much as just something that's stuck on top of it. Like, I could do that in build, I'd just have to write my own system to do it. Like, it's a pretty dumb system. This is it. You know, all the games that are on there use basically the same logic. Okay, so we want to send that down. And hopefully we've got it right. Now, one of them might actually want to be... I might have got something wrong here. Right, because we enter this way. Nah, they want to be in the centre. I think, maybe. Oh, fuck it, let's find out. Worst case scenario, we have to backtrack. If you've played Duke Nukem levels I have made... I should have looked around for health first, really. Oh, look where we are. That little foreshadowing bit there. Yeah, you will be quite familiar with this style of puzzle. There we are. You can never ever see, like, the floors between. But you see, if we'd gone to that wrong floor... Ah, you see, yeah. I'm trying to remember how I did it, because it's like there's no anti-soft lock on the uppermost floor, but you wouldn't be able to get there, because you would just bump into the side of the elevator. I'm sure it's got some... Oh yeah, I fucking knew it. We're in the light here, so we can't really... I don't think this will reach. Try. Not enough. Oh, you've got to go quite far forwards to do that as well. I was wondering if it'd be better darting across. Try. Yeah, I wonder if that's how you're meant to do it. I was wondering if that would reach now. I don't have many of those left, though. Alright, no problem. We could have just left it. Oh, I had something on my list. I don't know if you noticed, they've removed the subscriptions button now. So... guess we're just stuck with whatever shit they want to recommend, and I'm sure that fucking... No, get out of there. I'm sure that fucking, don't show me this buttons just makes it show you it more to piss you off. There's all the people, you know, you'll watch a thing, there'll always be people, oh, well, I have premium and I don't have that problem. It's like, yeah, why would I pay for a service that's just shown me it doesn't work properly? You know, that model's very common now. Like, well, the free version doesn't work right, but if you pay for it, like, no, fuck you, that's not how marketing works. You don't show me a non-functional thing and then go give us money. No, no, no. What you do is you go, this feature is unavailable unless you pay for it. I mean, I still wouldn't, but it would be better marketing. It might make me feel a little bit more like paying for it. Whereas just be like, well, it doesn't work right. It's like, okay, I probably don't want to pay these people because they don't seem to be able to make a functional product. What the fuck? Get me out of it because we're going to get crushed. This jump's not even hard. I don't know why I'm struggling with it. Probably because I'm annoyed by a lot of things, and I've got a fucking phone call coming soon as well, which is also annoying. Fucking financial shit. I don't have better things to do. Line the pockets of scum. Why not? Oh, and apparently, you know, I still have to pay the fucking... I have no choice. Like, you know, the concept, well, we're just going to take, like, you know, X amount of your payment. Like a whole third of it. Actually, slightly more. And just give it to your landlord. Like, no. I don't want to pay rent. Stop fucking stealing from me. The house sucks. The landlord doesn't adhere to their side of the tenancy agreement. So stop fucking robbing me for like 3 figures every fucking week. If I don't adhere to the agreement, I get evicted. If they don't adhere to it, what obligation have I got to pay that money? It's a contract. It's a legal agreement. If a party doesn't adhere to the contract, then the contract is void. So therefore I don't have to pay. Bullshit. So now it's Pyramid XR to leave. D-Apple Pyramid. We'll have a look at that before we go. Something funky going on though. It's happened a couple of times when I've pressed use. Probably just more keyboard faults. I think this one always opens. These I think are dead ends. These don't go anywhere. There's one of them here that it is technically a room, but I don't think you can get in. Pyramid XR. There we go. So there should be Crix Madine. Yeah, this one here. Oh, hold on a minute.
Okay, Jan. I've rescued Madine.
Don't hang around. Let's get out of here before any more troopers arrive.
That's what making me have to come in. But yeah, let's, no, it's not working today. Fuck knows why. We're done in there, so I guess we'll continue to the next mission. Well, I'll check the time. But we've probably got time for one more. The next one's quite a short one. Quite an unremarkable mission, I think. So maybe we should do something to make it remarkable. No cutscene this time. Well, that's nice of them, isn't it? Does it look a bit different all of a sudden? Ah, no, this is something just slightly. Mission 7. Ramses Hed.
Yeah, you got a bacon head, like, you got to look at, So because you're in trouble around there.
Cal Seti. Deadly cargo. Well, that must be us. Crix Madine informs us that the leader of the Dark Trooper project is a general named Mock. You might remember him from your time with the Empire, a decorated soldier of the Clone Wars. Mock became very prominent during the Emperor's rise to power. He was one of the few generals to oppose the construction of the Death Star because of his distrust of any technology that separates the warrior from battle and engaging the enemy. He's absolutely obsessed with the honour of personal combat. Madine further reports that the Dark Troopers have 3 phases of construction. The first one is the Gromer's Mines, which you so effectively blew to bits. You blown to bits, oh no, somehow. Where they mine the alloy resource Frick. The resulting alloy is then transported to the robotics facility, where it is treated and refined. The alloy is then taken to a special space cruiser, the Arc Hammer, where the final composition and assembly of the Dark Trooper takes place. Ah yes, that thing Katarn will never come nigh. The locations for the robotics facility are the Arc Hammer, and the Arc Hammer are still unknown. Well, we'll just find out. Our next focus will be to find and destroy the robotics facility. General Mock has solicited the help of an underworld kingpin, unknown to us at this time. This kingpin supplies Mock with smugglers to move his raw goods to the different facilities. Madine, before his capture, was able to find that one of the routes that the smugglers use starts from Hed, a spaceport on the planet Calceti. So we do have smugglers. I guess maybe you do have pirates, because I was querying that, wasn't I? Placing this tracking device in the engine port at the rear of the smuggler ship should lead us right to the robotics facility. Place the tracking device in the rear of the smuggler ship. Hang on a minute. Well, I don't know about no tracking devices, but... Yes, obviously you're catching, we have changed machine. We're on the C&T Super386 at 33 MHz. Has an ADA AVIA 2000, which is an ET4000AX. Pitiful amount of RAM on there. Machine has 16 megs. Well, does it have 32? No, it's 16 megs. Pro Audio Studio 16 is a sound card that has stalls a bit like that in loading. Basically, just a Pro Audio Spectrum 16. The line input on it has a noise floor below 120 decibels negative. It's actually getting worse as it gets older, which is to be expected. So yeah, as you can see, game runs. Looks like this to me. I'm going to do some editing magic so that it's, like, you know, expanded for you, which will take ages to render for me, but whatever. I have the detail turned at max though, so we are above the settings the game recommends on this system, so it is going to lump a little bit from time to time. But I mean, we are on a 386. I said I would do it. And this is one of the least remarkable missions in the entire game, so this seems like a fit in what somebody somewhere probably loves this mission. It probably has everything they ever wanted in a Star Wars game. And who am I to judge, but to me it's just not a remarkable level. Like, this game can do so much better than this. I wouldn't say it was bad or anything, it just comes and goes, it does its job. That's really about as much as I can say for it.
You're not authorized in this area.
Uh-oh. Oh dear. Yeah, now that the hardware will all break over time, so we might as well just batter it while it lasts. And that's what it's for, you know. I always find it a bit strange when people sometimes, they'll show concern because, you know, I'll get my hands on a PC like this and I'll just abuse the ever-living fuck out of it doing something like this, like that. Jam that at full load for an extended period of time when we stand that far away. It doesn't like it, does it? Well, it's kind of what they're supposed to do. Yeah, that's a trap. You can tell I've been killed to that a couple of times in the past. Got a new weapon here. Thing is, these dickheads are occupying all that space around the edges. Actually can get up there, you know. Slight weakness of the game here, I feel, is, you know, it's showing we don't have... Oh, there's more. There's more dickheads. We don't have any true vector weapons. Very clever sector manipulation, though. This jerk. Now, you can get up there, I can't quite remember how to do it. No, that's not what I wanted. Fuck. I think there's misters in there, so we'll deal with them. They won't be in there anymore. sort of fine reddish sort of mist hovering in the air. Yeah, the arrows even tell you there, like, look, you can go up there and shit. I can't remember how to do it. That didn't get it. But I mean, that seems viable, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a lot harder to control on a machine this slow. Back up, you stupid elevator. Fucking hell, man. And there's mines in here as well. They'll slice you to bits, these fellas, if you let them. Like, they're a direct damage, so they go through your shields. Well, they're all very angry with us. I was hoping they'd get caught in the blast. Yeah, I can't remember how to get up there, and as I'm playing through, I'm not going to faff about with it. I'll sort of... This dickhead up here. I'll sort of inspect the room a little bit, but... anything I can see. Nothing really stands out. Well, it's down to you if you want to try getting up there. I mean, you know it's there now. Really isn't important enough to me, I don't care enough. You will get better in this level. Well, you will if you're playing on a machine that's going to lump along like this one, but... Again, we're on a 386, you know, you're not going to expect it, and as I say, I've turned the settings up a bit harder than it recommends, so it's not going to run fantastic all the time. But I think you would agree, this is quite playable. Obviously, we have done this before. In fact, we live streamed the game start to finish on this machine several years ago. As it can be done. Yeah, you know, I just caught the platform slide over, like we're in a sort of mesh of sectors that's sliding around here. I assume it'd be for loading the boxes on. Yeah, not the most engaging of the levels. So it's not awful or anything, it's just going through the motions, this one. We get back into good levels a little bit later. I do wonder what happens if I drop off and break the sequence. I think it's quite robust. Oh, there's misters up there. We must have set them off. Ah, I was hoping I could send the elevator up. Granny bastards up here. I could hear them. Yeah, no, you've got to have your wits about you on this machine. It's a little bit slower, isn't it? Well, I don't know, I guess you can't feel the controls like I can. Oh, that's going to stay up here. I can see him over there. Have it, you bastards. Times like that where a turnaround key would help. Something Duke Nukem got. You don't need it as much in Duke though, because he does turn faster than Katarn. Oh, we're down to 1 health. We may perish. I don't mind. We have 5 extra lives, you know, it's really not... Yeah, it's not a big deal to me. Oh, alright then. You want to do it that well, let's settle it like men. Look at how many of these misters is there? Yeah, there's no fucking shortage of them. They spam the grens. So I was saying that having more thermal detonators, I mean, it's worth killing them, right? But you see, this was another Doom problem where it'll throw a room full of imps at you, and then they wouldn't place ammo, and imps don't drop ammo. I think nearly everything in this game does. You know, so people pick on Duke with the, oh, well, Liz Troopers drop pistol ammo and they don't use a pistol. Yeah, alright, it's a little bit weird, but, I mean, disable that. It'd be very easy to stop the game doing that and go and see how that affects the balance. You know, it's a relic of earlier in development when they were robots. And when they were robots, they used to fire a pistol. And, well, yeah, you could get rid of that, but then it would suck because you'd just run out of ammo all the time in the levels. So the smart move, really, was just to let them keep dropping it. I don't know why they'd be carrying it. Maybe they were trying to deprive you of picking it up. You could sit and think about some in-game reason, but most people never really thought about it at the time. It wasn't important, it's just how the game plays. Should change weapon. Let's use this for a minute, we don't really use this thing. Bit wasteful doing it that way, but yeah, whatever. CFI car. We're going in there in a moment. Goes without saying that leads around there. That's what I imagine that general hearing in the background. Just declaring Katarn will never come near that ship. Well, this is a different ship, but this should be a warning to him of what happens to people who think Katarn won't come near their ship. Let me out! I'm sure there's a mine in here. I'm sure of it. There is. I was right. Old rusty memories. I assume I'm going the right way, because one way is right, one way is wrong. Yeah, I'll just use that, it'll work. There we go. Yeah, it's chugging a little bit. It's gonna chug a little bit. It's at the very bottom of the system requirements, so... Let's remember when we played Doom, every machine we played it on was above the spec on the box. I wonder what video mode this uses then. Because we keep speaking about it, and it, you know, it will make a difference. And of course in Duke, you know, not only is it faster from the get-go build, but you then have the whole thing of being able to enable visa modes on top of that, which can be faster. On ET4000s I find they actually hinder the game more. ET4000s are really not as great as people make them out to be. I should know, I seem to have enough of them and I'm really not sure how that's happened because as I say, I'm not a huge fan of them. Like, they're far from my favourite VGA solution. I always have problems with them. Fucking how many of these guys is there? I didn't go... You fucking fucker. It really didn't go according to plan, that. I made an absolute mess of that. My brain's distracted. I have a lot going on at the moment. Fucking... all sorts of shit, but it's getting cleared up, slowly but surely. Let's have a go with these, we never use these. Surrender now. Hold on a minute, I think I can break this. I'm sure it's possible to wedge yourself in this door. And it breaks like one half of the door. I can't remember how to do it, but it can be done. It doesn't bust the game or anything, it just busts the door. It actually self-corrects after a moment. Oh dear. Yeah, these do look like your average resident of Birkenhead, actually. That is very nice of me. I ain't got anything against Scousers. I actually really like the accent. Weapon supercharge, you know, I don't want it. I'm going to save that in case I need it. Fuck it. Nah, let's go. Let's not. Not yet. Bunch of morons. Oh shit, no. They're just sort of blundering around over there. Yeah, it affects your throwing arc just a little bit. But doing things on a PC this slow. It does mess about with the game timing a little. You can see it in Duke when you side beside the demos. Between two machines, you know, someone was asking, you know, what could I do to sync them? Could I make it wait for a system time? And it's not very reliable because it's a way higher resolution than the time format we read. So I was like, well, you could sync it over like a serial cable. You could leverage the netcode to do it and get the demo start in sync. But it will just desync anyway because it runs a slightly different speed on different computers. So, not really ideal. So we could probably slave one machine to another, but then you have the other problem of it's going to just drag the faster PC down to the speed of the slower one, and to make that go away, it's quite a significant rework that, quite frankly, I'm not willing to do, because it would take too long, and it would affect the game loop too much. Like, you'd really, you know, to some degree affect the performance of the game in doing this. And it's not something I want to do. I want it as close to, you know, as it was out of the box. I suppose that it is based on the plutonium pack. The whole thing of benching it against Doom 1.9 wasn't really that odd. You know, they're both sort of final releases of the game from its nominal lifespan. Yeah, right. That's a bit cruel. You just sneak up behind them while they're taking a whiz and plant a mine there. I guess ladies just don't work on this ship. You know, I don't know. Or maybe they've learned how to, like, you know, stand around here. Maybe that's normal in the Star Wars universe. It was normal in my country until a few centuries ago. It's amazing how quickly that goes out of the culture, like something like that, and just nobody remembers. Well, that was the norm. Until not all that long ago. I think. Or was it some other country? Somewhere in Western Europe, anyway. Fuck knows what happens on this ship. You've got to take a dump. I guess you just don't. I guess that's like, you know, just something you don't do anymore. Just, run away! Few objects on screen there. See, it adds an extra layer of challenge. Somebody somewhere is going to be having an aneurysm because it's not at 60 frames a second. I'm just too old at this to really be that upset by it. They keep barking orders and I just keep not listening. Yeah, there's some shields and shit down here that we landed on. I'm never going to listen to your orders, you know, stormtroopers. I really don't care what you have to say.
You're in violation of Imperial law.
Oh, no, I am. It says in the laws, somewhere in the Empire, Katarn is illegal. Katarn probably doesn't care. Doesn't really pay much mind by it, but this room will be slow because it has masks in it. There we go, now we can go that other way from when we first came into this polished up looking area. Some of the tiles in this game really are a little bit under-detailed. You can tell it's from a bit of a transitional phase. Why don't you come get me? He doesn't even look at the explosion. I mean, he probably don't. They'd probably knock about 3 frames a second off it. It's probably about half of the entire frame rate around here. Bit wasteful, that, really. I think there's some shields in a little nook off to the side somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So, yeah, this should be this room. Just sort of remembering where I am. It's not very difficult.
Set blasters on full.
I mean, that's all they've ever done. I wonder what it's like with blasters on medium. Blasters on stun. Blasters on mildly pleasurable. Maybe that's something we could look into. Might not be a bad idea. I am just wasting these. I really shouldn't be. I mean, the game gave us a lob weapon. It isn't altogether common for games in this time period. I wonder what the first one was to do it. I remember who it was who was talking about that Terminator Future Shock game. You know, it's pretty fucking hilarious, actually. Or maybe I should have a go at that someday. That feels more like a game I should live stream. Because I don't know if I would finish it, because it gets a bit samey after a while. But on the other end, you know, I think it'd be quite fun. If nothing else, it's quite hilarious just for how everything explodes in it. It's like, oh look, a card shelf. And you like, start whacking it, and it just explodes violently. So, well, you know, I can't really say I'm opposed to this. So reminiscent of how the trees violently combust in terminal velocity. Oh yeah, this needs a key. This is why you don't come this way. Fast. So I do remember this stuff. You know what? Suck mines. Yeah, you can have one as well. There you go. Certainly wasn't the best way to fight, but I might as well use the weapons the game's given us to. Given them to us. So yeah, total waste, but it felt good. Now they got all the weapons now. We're only about halfway through the game. I'll play something else alongside at some point. It's quite a long game. I did say, you know, less levels than Doom, but the levels in this have a lot more packed into them. Arguably, this is the bigger game. I think there's mines in here. Fairly certain there is. Well, there's certainly one there. We're at the end of the mission. Oh shit, no. That's alright, we blew up the stupid robot. Now, I fully expect there to be one hidden under that shield. Oh, that's dirty, man. You can tell I got killed to that at some point in the past, I remember it's like... Let's make sure. Bunch of jerks. When did I use that? Oh, when I had the night vision. That, to me, always looked like some guy's leg.
Tracking device is secured.
Picking up the signal. Looks like we're done here.
Yeah, we're done here. It is done. There is no more of this mission. And probably not really no more of this video, because we've probably run long, actually. Yeah, his momentum and stuff is a little bit more slidey when you're on a machine this slow. A little bit less predictable. It is playable, as I say, you can play the whole game on a machine like this, and it's generally fine, especially if you turn the settings down a little bit from where I've got them. It does change the feel of it. Feels a bit rubbery. Who knows? Who cares? We're done here, and I am not even sure we get a cutscene on this mission. Don't think we do. I think it just unceremoniously dumps us. I must remember in editing that it's in full screen. Well, anyways, yeah, Dark Forces, we're now about halfway through the game. I mean, that would have been mission 7. There are 14 missions. So, yeah, I don't know. We might return to the K5 in the next session, I feel, but maybe get the Pentium 66, its outing. Maybe. I don't mind saving that for the Imperial City, though, which is my favourite level. We'll think about it. We'll see. But this is almost certainly the lowest spec we're going to run it on. I said I would do it, just, to demonstrate what you get. That you can play this game on a 386 and you can actually push it a bit harder than maybe you'd think. Really doesn't look too bad. It doesn't handle that bad. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what machine comes out next. I don't have that next gen anymore. I streamed it on that years ago because I got asked to. They actually lumped in quite a few places. Very strange machine that. Went out to IPC failure, and I couldn't afford to replace the motherboard. So, it's what it is. As I say, these things don't last forever. At least we used it before it broke. But anyways, I'm Xeff. Thanks for watching. And next time we're going to play the Ice Station, which is one of my favourite levels again. Makes up for the one we just played, that Birkenhead Day. That's, going through the motions. Probably that may actually be the weakest mission in the entire game, from my standpoint.